What's up, YouTube? Back here today with another video. So, before we get into the video, I want y'all to follow, I want y'all to subscribe, and I also want y'all to comment on my videos. I also drop shorts. I want y'all to check out my shorts as well. And I also want y'all to check me out at King James IG page. Also go over there and follow my page as well. You can find a great sense of fashion. You can find everything that you're looking for and motivation. It's all there for you. Without further ado, today's topic is going to be about you dating single mothers. So you want to date single mothers, eh? Yeah, that's what you want to do. That's what you truly want to do. You actually think that you can handle that. But before you do those things, know these three things before you do. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number one, which is generally the thing that you're going to have to deal with, and hopefully it's not the case, but 80% of the time it's going to be the case. The father. Dun dun dun. But I want y'all to realize this. I'm going to give y'all this video straight up. I want y'all to actually realize the stuff that I'm saying and the stuff that you're actually going to feel. A lot of people won't say the things that I'm going to say in this video, but I want y'all to know that these are things that you're going to have to feel. I'm not about to cut, sugarcoat anything, or make stuff seem politically correct. I'm going to tell you what you're going to feel as a man when you're dating a single mother, or you're taking a single mother seriously, maybe into marriage or maybe into like a very serious relationship. So we have to deal with the father. And the main things that I want to know when you're dealing with the father is that this lady that you're potentially marrying, that you potentially see as a long-time girlfriend, you have to realize that this woman has had a kid with the person. When you have kids, you just don't have kids just be having kids. You have kids with people because you have a special bond, especially with women having their rights ever since the 60s. They can get abortions, they can do whatever they want. So you have to fail to realize that this woman actually had high admirations for this relationship. Whatever the reason was that it broke up, you don't need to know that, but best believe that she 90% of the chance probably would marry this dude and probably would always have feeling for this dude. So you have to realize that that's a strong bond that has been broken temporarily. And you need to keep that in mind when you're dealing with a single mom, and also being strategic when you're dealing with that. That's for another video we can make about how to be strategically directive when you're dealing with a single mom, and still be manly and still keep the manhood to your household, and basically not to your household, basically to yourself, so that you don't have to, demasculate yourself to say, oh, these are the certain things that I'm gonna let her do because she has a child with this person. No, there's certain things that you would not allow when you have a single mom, or a person that's had a kid into your it's certain things that you're not gonna let happen. But without getting into that, that was one of the things. She has a serious bond with this person, and best believe that serious bond she probably wish could have worked out. Another thing that you have to think about accountability, fellas, is that he's always going to be around. He's always going to be around, either depending on what type of parenting agreement that they have. Sometimes, a lot of times, parental agreements from the court isn't always set in stone. Hopefully you get a woman that is going to abide by that parental agreement set in stone. A lot of women don't even have parental agreements at all. The man comes over anytime that he wants and comes see his child, comes chill with the child. That's something that, like I said, is for another video. But you have to realize that he's always going to be around, especially when the child is starting to get to know you. And if you're getting serious with this woman, you need to set those boundaries. So you need to always realize that the man is either going to be there every week or every 2 weeks, or maybe even every day, or picking the kid up from school and dropping him back off. You need to take that in accountability when you sitting right there with a single mom. And I want y'all from this to close out number one. With that man being there all the time, with that man having that special bond, I'm going to say it's pretty much an 80% chance they're going to be intimate, especially if this man is coming over every day. Because, like I said, she had a kid with this person. So obviously she thought long term with this person. Either the man was unmasculine or she just maybe got bored. And a lot of times time heals everything with people. And from her messing with you, it probably made her get her mind off him and steady want that old thing back. And women are like that. So unless you cut her off completely, which you can't cut them off completely because they have a kid, you're running into that situation. You run into that situation, so be mindful of that. So it's a lot of the times that when they meet up to have a kid, meet with the kid, she may want to meet up with him just personally, just her and him, and she's gonna say, "Oh, you can't step in the way of that," and I meet up with him, and it's just nothing. Think again. You may be a fool, but you ain't no damn fool. Number two, fellas, is your ego. And what I want to say about your ego, fellas, is that now that you done got past her not having attachment to her baby father, because a lot of times that's 80% of women as single mothers, they be attached to their baby father. So now that you can move past that stage, now that you can move into your own self, and this is the thing that you're going to feel as a man when you're going through dating that single mother. So the thing that's going to be mentally hard for you fellas, that's going to run through your mind at one point, is that the kid does not look like me. The kid isn't mine, and I'm being a father. So you're going to love that kid less. And I'm just being real with you. I know a lot of men are not going to say this. I know a lot of men are not going to say this, but I'm telling you what you're going to get yourself into. It may seem like it's okay. Okay, the mom got a fat ass. Because I'm telling you, them single moms, they have to put on more because they know that they have more baggage. So they get their bodies done. They look way more better. And then plus they're a little more old. They maybe have a little more than the younger girl. They might be made a little bit more mature because they know they have to put out more because of their baggage. So when you're dating a woman long term, you're starting to have these type of thoughts pass through your mind. I dated single mothers before. I'm not telling you this from me just reading some or me. I'm telling you this from experience. You're going to have that feeling like this kid is not even mine. This kid does not even look like me. But you're gonna sit right there and trick in your mind. This is if the father is not there, or if the father is there, you're gonna sit there and trick in your mind. Oh yeah, this is. But you deep inside your heart, you know it's gonna bother you, and it would be way better if that child was yours. And that child, it's gonna be hard to put that same love into that child. And like I said, a lot of men are not gonna admit this. A lot of men are not gonna admit this, but they feel this, especially when you're being a stepfather. Another thing that can happen, fellas, on your mental is that if the father is not a part of the child's life, and if the father just magically pops up and wants to see the child, legally he can't, but he can go to court and get a parental plan where he can come back around and start to, you know, talk, get her back from using the child. A lot of times that's how that happens. A lot of times these women go back to their baby fathers when their baby fathers pop back up, and they may have their stuff together. They may clean up their life, and they may say, "Well, I want my family back." And if you don't got no kids with the woman, you pretty much gonna be stuck, and you're gonna end up being either cheated on or left. Because, like I said, they probably left that person because of the fact that he didn't have his life together. And men probably left for like a year and said, "All right, I'm gonna leave, get myself together, and then come back. I'm gonna be a deadbeat for a year." And now here you are. You're sitting right here doing all these things, providing for the child, loving the child, and then this dude pops back up. And there's nothing that you really can do about it because that is the legal father. He has a right to be there. He has the right. He doesn't have the right to be at your house, but I'm saying he has the right to see your girl, your wife, talk to her about the child, and pretty much he's going to be there. When you don't, as a man, as a alpha male, as a man, you don't want that. And that's always going to be running between your mind. If the father is not there, this man might just pop up and then it'll be, this cannot be my life anymore. This cannot be my wife. This cannot be my kid. My kid calls me dad. And now all of a sudden this man pops back up and bam. And I was conflicted. I don't know what man, and I don't know what man was going to be honest and say, you know what, I hate it when I do pop back up. They may say, oh yeah, we co-parent, it's all good to be right there, to be basically submitting to the woman, to sit right there and say something like that. But men don't like that. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all do get involved and these men are not in their lives and they magically pop up because if the girl is hot, he's going to pop back up. He's going to pop back up. He's going to say, you know, I'll get her back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always got her because I got a kid by her. And she look at me every day. That's how these dudes think. That's how these dudes think. So, without getting into all that, that's going to play on your ego. Just from him not even being there, but the thought of him coming back, and you're like, oh, fuck. Like, that's what's going to be in the back of your mind. Next, what's going to be on your mental. And this is for the aspect if you have kids with this mother that had previous kids before you, and then y'all get so serious, y'all get so serious that y'all have a family, y'all create more children. I know a lot of men is not gonna say this. But I'm gonna give y'all the fucking honest truth. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat and be politically correct about anything. What I'm about to say is not politically correct. You are going to, like I said, mentally, you are going to love your children more than you love her children from a previous relationship. I don't give a fuck who tells you that, oh, I love my children just like I love the other children. You are going to love your children more than the other children. And guess what? She's going to see that. She's going to sense that. If the father is in the picture, he's going to say something about that. He may be a petty motherfucker, just bring that shit up anyway. But I'm telling you, that is just how that's going to go. If children are fighting, you're going to sit right there and try to protect your children, try to be on your children's side more than the other children. If the father is not in the picture, it's better because it's like you're taking the full role. But when you have a father in the picture, that's the type of thing that you're going to bring, that you're going to be fighting mentally. You may not be actually doing it out, but that is going to run through your mind. That is going to cause unwanted stress onto you. And I know this is not the politically correct way, and I know a lot of people are not going to say this, that we don't feel these type of things, but this is 2025. I'm going to be real with y'all, and I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. That is what you're going to feel. So next, what you're going to feel in your mental is that if you do not have kids with a woman, and it's just you and the kid, her kids, you have to realize is that another thing that's going to run through your mind that you're going to sense from this woman is that, and I feel I'm going to say all men want to feel number one in their woman's life. If you have a woman that has no kids, you're number one in her life. Even if she had a family and she had mom and dad was a big influence, you come over that because you're the man, you're her man, you're with her every day. When you have a kid in this equation, that kid's always going to come first. The kid's always going to come first. And that is going to hurt your ego as a man because you don't come first. You're supposed to. But it's not like that because of the fact that she has a kid. And you have to respect the fact that, my kid comes first. And no matter what, my kid is going to come before you. And that's the bright twinkle in my eye. Not you. Like I'm not, but when you don't have a kid and you're not dating a single mom, you're the twinkle in her eye. You're going to sense that. You may not sense that at the beginning because that ass and them titties and that sex is, you know what I'm saying, superb. But eventually you're going to feel that. And I'm gearing you up for this. Like I said, so if you're just starting to date single moms or whatever, this is if you're going into a relationship, going into a marriage, going into having to start a family with this woman. These are the things that you're going to feel. I want to get y'all prepared for that. Next, what's going to be on y'all minds, fellas, is that you're not going to have the the responsibility as the real father would. Which what I mean by that is that she's going to make it seem like it's not your place to do certain things. It's not going to be your place to discipline the child or teach the child certain things. Um, you're playing a role as a father, but you're not given a complete role as a father. So it's kind of like I'm doing everything, but I'm not getting the title that I deserve. So you may not be able to, like I said, discipline a child. You may not be able to yell at the child. She may say, "Oh, you're a big man, and you're a man, and you're scaring her." But she can whoop on her all day, or she can yell at her all day. I mean whoop like I be very abusing kids, no, but I'm saying like you can't discipline the child, or you may it, it, it may become weird because you may, if how it depends on how old the child is. If you're giving a child a bath, she may feel, if you're changing a child's diaper or something like that, she may feel a certain type of way. Say, "Oh yeah, you're just a man," and I don't know, but the real father can do that. And I'm marrying you, and I'm married to you. Why can't I sit right there and be the father that any other father would do? It's the same thing what a father do. She's not going to give you. It's going to be certain things that you can and can't do, and that's going to play on your mental. It definitely is. It's going to play on your mental. And um, certain things with teaching children on maybe how to drive, maybe she may feel like that's something that she wish her real baby father would do, or that she wants to do, because women like that and those roles are kind of a bit controlling and kind of a bit masculine. Because, like I said, if something didn't work out with somebody that you had kids with, that's something that's seriously a red flag, because that's a deep bond. Why didn't that work out? Why don't you try to go back and work that out? But of course, they pretty much still be trying to do two time and shit, where they date you and be with you, and then still be getting fucked by their baby daddy. So keep that in mind, fella. Keep that in mind. But that is what's going to play on your ego, and I want y'all to realize that. And worst thing come to worst is what's going to run through your mind, fellas, and I want to let y'all know this as well, is that if everything goes south and the relationship ends, and the marriage ends, and you don't have no other previous children with her, you have no right to that child. You have no right to that child. She can be petty and don't let you see the other child that you helped raise. Or she can, if y'all don't have no kids together, no matter if you're married or what, she can just leave and you'll never see the child again. You have no right. You'll get a restraining order put on you. You'll go to jail, because even though you raised that child, even though that child calls you father, if y'all break up, if she doesn't want you to see the child, it's over. That's up to her. And we know that she's going to be petty. So keep that in mind. You probably built a bond with this child. You probably didn't raise this child from 3 to 12, and all that shit is gone. And ain't a damn thing you can do about it unless you adopt a child. And a lot of times the court, you had to go through a whole lot to get to adopt a child. So keep that in mind too, because that's going to be in the back of your minds too. If it goes south, this shit is over with between me and this child. Keep it in mind, fellas. So number 3, all in all, fellas, what I want y'all to know is that if, I don't want this to be too long, if y'all are dating these single mothers, fellas, and if you do not have children, please don't date them. Please don't let them take my advice. Please don't date them. I wouldn't even say hit them, but if she bad, hit her. But fellas, don't get involved with the kid. I'm being honest with you, and I'm not trying to be cruel or nothing like that. I'm trying to protect your sanity, because in the long run, it's gonna hurt you. Um, on the other hand, if you have children, I would say kind of you can do it, because it's kind of like balance out. Um, you can do it. If a dating a single mom, you can always look forward to it if you have a child. But all in all, fellas, these single mamas don't want no dude with no kid. They want a man that doesn't have any kids. And I don't know, I think that's crazy as hell. But a majority of single moms do not want to date a man with a child. They want to date a man without a child. Um, and that doesn't make any sense to me. But that's what they do. So, like I said, fellas, I will try to stay away from as much as I can. I know they be bad. I know they be, may have more than the average girl that doesn't have any kids because they have something, they have a responsibility. Most women who don't have kids don't regard certain things in their life as priorities, and as much as my mother of so many kids. So you have to keep that in mind, fellas. And without further ado, I want to thank y'all for watching this video. If y'all are thinking about dating a single mother, this is a great tutorial on y'all 2-day single mothers. Just keep these things in mind and also know the risk that you're putting yourself at. And I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. And I also want y'all to go follow me on IG, King James IG page. Follow me on there. And that's it. I'm out.